Okay, today I'm going to give you a rundown on every single knob and slider and button on this Pyle Pro Mixer. Give you a basic understanding of how mixers work and what you can do with them. So this is a basic DJ type karaoke setup. I've got this phone playing right here with Bluetooth straight into the Pyle Pro Mixer. I've got that Pyle mic plugged in right here to channel 1, and I just cleaned off the surface. I need to make sure every knob is reset and ready for the next event. So first we'll go through channel 1. If you can understand this channel, you can understand each channel across the board, because there's 4 channels here. That's why it's a PMX U46BT. Now there are more channels to input. There's a tape input and output right there with RCA jacks. There's also an aux send and return. There's a subwoofer output, main outputs with 1/4-inch jacks, and then the main XLR jacks that we're using today. There's also the effects, the equalizer, the main levels here, headphones, headphone levels, the MP3 slider, which will cover MP3 through the USB connection. So if you're using the USB connection or the Bluetooth, it runs on that MP3 slider. Master effects, and then channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see right now we're using channel 1. So let's zoom in and take a look. I need to double check channel 1 first. I know I like the gain. The sound is pretty good through the mic. That's the overall amplification. A wired mic like this one, a Pyle or a Shure, it's probably going to take quite a bit of gain to drive it. It does not require the XLR power, the phantom power. Here's your EQ just for this channel. High, mid, low, straight up for me. The aux we're not using, it's down. Effects, we have a slight effects turned up. Let's go up there. We can add a little bit of reverb if we need to the whole board and take it in and out channel by channel with that knob. So maybe on this knob we do want for the vocals, but on this channel for any of the others, we may not. So I'm going to turn those down. Aux we're not using. This is channel 2. That gain is way too high. I'm going to start it at 1/4. My EQ right up the middle. Aux and FX knobs turned down. And then the pan left and right in the middle. This channel is not being used for anything. Let me zoom out. This is channel 2. Right now the wireless mic is plugged into it. I've got a wireless mic over there with a plug. It's going to go right into channel 2. So when we do use the wireless mic, those will be right here on channel 2. And we can adjust the gain. They'll probably be about there for that. For now, we'll pod that down, make sure nothing comes through that channel. Channel 3, same thing. Gain, we'll just go mid on all these. Mid on the EQ, not high, not low. Down on these, middle on the left-right pan, and down on the overall level for that channel. Same for channel 4. Reset the knobs, all up and down, all down. Middle, left, and right. Nothing's pushed. We're good. Okay, going over the channels once again. We have our gain. We have our high EQ, mid EQ, low EQ. The aux. Reset that, get a little more sound in the background. It's royalty-free music. I'll turn it down a little bit here with the MP3 slider. You can also adjust your volume on the phone itself. Normally I would have that one click below full, and then I could go up with this. I'll show you how we're set up here real quick. Mixer, there's another mixer over there for testing, and then I've got PA speaker over there plugged in, and it's connected with the XLR cable. Right now I have both the left and the right XLR channels going out into this combiner. So that combines both left and right, and I can go out to all my speakers and daisy chain them up. I like to play in mono because a lot of the venues are odd size or maybe outside. I want all the sound coming out of every speaker. It's hard to create a good stereo environment. So I'll play in mono, point the speakers in a good direction, possibly bounce the sound off a wall or some trees if we're outside, and get that sound filling the whole area. Let's go back to understanding the channels. We went down these knobs a few times, the aux, the effects, left and right. How about this? Muting. We can mute that channel, right? Mute the channel. Nobody will hear anything going on there. So that's a safety mechanism. Can use that if need be. The PFL, this is pre-fader listening. So this is kind of a DJ function. If you're trying to play something or test your mic before it goes out to the main speakers and just hear it in your headphones, well, you would need to turn this all the way down, but if you push this button, pre-fader listen, you'll still hear what's being made on that channel through your headphones. It will not go out through the mains because it's turned all the way down. But this is pre-fader. This is the fader. So if this is pushed, you're going to get everything before this, pre-fader, and hear that in the headphones. So that's pre-fader listen. It's a handy DJ tool. I'll zoom in and show you this part. It's a little bit complicated. We covered the channels 1, 2, 3, 4. We covered our inputs. I think we covered that, but these are the inputs. We have the XLR combo jack, so use an XLR cable or a 1/4-inch jack right in the middle. You can input up to 4 microphones, keyboards, guitars, all sorts of different devices in there. Tape input, you could use this for another phone or some other device. Let me zoom out so we can see that. There it is, this RCA inputs and outputs. So I like this cable. It's RCA on this side, and on the other side, you've got Lightning, headphone, and USB-C. This is very handy. It could go in or out, or get 2 of these. It'll allow you to record whatever's going here into your phone, using this as an output, or whatever's in your phone going in this way, instead of the Bluetooth if you want. So that will work. The aux send and return, if you have external effects, things like that you want the main feed to run through those and then return before it goes out, you can do that. Subwoofer out, specific sub channels. So you can fade up and down your subwoofers if you have them right there and adjust those levels on their own. And then the main left and right outs are duplicated in 1/4-inch and XLR, and those are run right here. Your headphone levels right here, how loud it is in your headphones. The tape, how loud is the tape input being played? That's right there. The aux send and return, we're not using those. Those are the level checks right there. And then we have an overall EQ here, high and low for the entire board. It's just a very basic announcement. So if I go, hey, my bass is too loud across the whole board, and I'm not using the EQ, which is here, I could adjust there's my highs or my lows across the whole board there very easily. Above that, you have a selector knob. So if we were using the MP3 function, you'd be able to select tracks, which we are. I guess we're on Bluetooth. It will select tracks with that knob. You can change from Bluetooth mode to PC mode, and it would go through this. You can only do one or the other. You can't do Bluetooth and USB PC mode at the same time. So that's why the mode button's there. If you're not having success with the Bluetooth, make sure you've hit the mode button. It says blue right there. If you want to use PC USB mode or record from a flash drive, got to change it over right there. All right, then you can hit record, you can go through your tracks, adjust all of that right there. Finally, the effects. Everybody wants to know about the effects. Well, it's got, man, I can't remember. Let's see here. Let's see here, 16. So you can, scroll through them right there with the knob. When you find the effect that you want, you push down to select it. Let's get into those. Effects are up. I got to turn that effects knob up on the channel I'm talking on, as well as the master effects. So 6 is one I like. It's a basic, they call it a 125 millisecond delay. So it's a good amount of delay, just right for a vocalist or a singer. I can adjust my channel right there. All the other channels are turned down. No effects will be in those channels. If I wanted on this mic, I would add it in right there. But on the mic I'm talking on is here. You can hear the effects. Let's try something else. Effect number 1, I'm still on 6 because I didn't hit select. There's 1. 1 is hall. 2, hall 2. 3 is room 1. 3 is room 1. 4 is room 2. 5 is reverb plus delay. There's a lot there. 6. We went over 6. This is one I like a lot for basic vocals. If I was doing a PA announcement, I'll just add a little bit because I think that that reverb sounds better than if there's nothing. If there's nothing behind it, it just kind of dies. The sound dies a little bit too quickly. And I like that echo to help it carry around the area. Unless you have a natural echo going on in the venue, we can add in just a little bit. Sounds more live. Let's try 7. Getting to 7, more delay. Maybe you want that depending on the song, right? Some songs call for more delay like that. Let's try 8. 8 is even more. We're just going to keep cranking up the delay. Let's go 9. 285 millisecond delay. 10. 560 millisecond, which I think is half a second. 11. 860 milliseconds. 12. 1,000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. 1,400. 13 is 1,400 milliseconds. 14. 800 millisecond ping pong delay. If we had a stereo effect, it would go back and forth ping ponging right to left. And then continuing to ping pong with greater and greater effect up to 16. Doesn't work very well in mono on one speaker, but you get the idea. Back to 6 we go. That's my favorite one. All right, I think I've given you the rundown on the entire mixer. Watch this, I'll kill the effects right there. Now, we've seen the entire Pyle Pro Mixer. If you can run this one, you can run basically any mixer. See that little portable one I've got over there? Very easy to move that thing around. Check out my channel for more mixer videos. Leave your comments so I know what you're looking for, what you want to know about mixers. Until next time, appreciate it. Have a great day. Talk to you later.